Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here with us on this Friday morning. We have a great week, and we appreciate your viewership. Let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Potter, the hardworking crew, take care of everyday comfort needs. High 86, low 69. Our water temperature at the end of the pier, brought to us by Maranta Coffee Company. We're looking at 83.1. So that's going to be pretty steady right there through the weekend. Let's take a look at our river readings, brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown 1.5 and the Choctaw-Caribbean 1.4. And they're pretty low, and some rain should be coming sometime next week or later part of the weekend, so it should help out some. Our tide chart brought to us by Ken Forrest Long. Good tide today. We're looking at 7:22 to be the high tide. It's going out to about 4:55. Right around 5 o'clock this afternoon will be the lowest tide, and there's been some good low tides if you like fishing. The outgoing tide in the afternoons, this afternoon will be a good time to do it. Our fishing game times brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at this morning 8:39 to 10:39, and later on tonight at 9:03 to 11:03. And it's interesting because the tide's going to start coming in tonight. If some of y'all are going flounder gigging, it'll be a good night to do it. But the wind is going to be coming out of northeast at 10 to 20, so you're going to have to get up against the shore on the northern side of our base systems if you want to do some really good floundering. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You know, it's on Students of the Month this week we've had on. Really enjoyed having them, but one of the things that Will talked about they like to do is fish at docks at nighttime, or dock fishing at night. And ironically, I happen to, one of our viewers from West Bay, Sammy Sowell, the Sowell family. Sammy's good about sharing things with me. A lot of people don't like for you to fish around their dock, but it's completely legal to do that. But some people, just recently, the last couple of years, people have gotten rid of doing things, these ugly things. And this up in Alabama, Sammy sent this to me. This bass fisherman is fishing. See the lady up at the top of the screen? She's coming down to the shoreline. This guy's not paying attention. He's just bass fishing. Look at her now. She's dressed in shorts and all. You're not going to believe what she does. Okay, the bass fisherman, I don't know. She jumps in the water and starts swimming toward the boat, splashing. Look, splashing, scaring the fish away. Is that not crazy? Get away, get away. But that's not legal. She can't do that. He has a right to be there. She starts swimming toward the boat. And I looked at this twice to make sure this is not AI generated, because I didn't think anybody would be that crazy. Is she nuts? And there's her dock right there, and she don't own the fish, of course, and took his pole out of the water and started moving away, and she's still swimming after him. This is somewhere in Alabama. I don't know exactly where it is, but Sammy, thank you for sending this to me and sharing it with me. And I guess he's going to keep on swimming. Finally, she stopped right there. So anyway, you have a legal right to fish around people's docks. I have a dock, and people fish around my dock on occasion. I don't jump in the water and swim on them. Now, they have a right to do it, and I don't. If they got out and got on my dock and started fishing off my dock, I would be upset about that, and would try to tell them. I would tell them not to do that, but they have a complete right, and I have a right to fish around other people's docks. I've only had one person, and they sent a little 12-year-old kid out running out on the dock. They didn't have the guts to do it themselves. But anyway, that just happens. I've got all kinds of stuff to share with you. One of the things I wanted to talk about, we got the wild beast feast coming up. I'll have that coming on. But let's see. Let's start right here. FWC announced yesterday 163,459 people applied for the 172 available bear tags. Is that not incredible? That is something else. Here's a quick report from Choctaw River fishing. J.B. Hillard, heads up. This is crazy. They're proposing a new road from Bruce to Highway 98. Let me repeat. From Bruce to Highway 98, it's going to go through the Water Management District, put a bridge across the intercoastal. You don't think those developers are working on that? Here's the proposed map of it in Walton County. You have 331, everybody knows where that is. And here's Bruce right here at the top of the page. That's Bruce. They're going to cut through all this forest land and so to connect to 98. Now, is that not crazy? But obviously, they're going to, and right here is Point Washington Wildlife Management Area. So you know the developers are trying to getting something going right there, and they're going to stay on top of it. But they withdrew $350,000 for the study. So only over in Walton County, you only stay on top of that. That's ridiculous. This weekend it'll be the Georgia Doe Days, October 4th and 5th. Now, some of you folks hunt up there good in Georgia. I thought this is cute. Here's some girls from the FSU basketball, the women's basketball team, coming in town to enjoy some fishing. And the police department posted a picture with them. Is that not cool? So I'm going to be pulling for the FSU women's basketball team this year. If those girls like to fish like that and come all the way down to Appalachian and fish, I think that's cool. Outdoor ladies. This is from Ricky. Hey, Coach, please remind folks, especially hunters, which I am one, to take care of the empty corn bags. We hunters take a lot of heat for different things that don't need any heat for littering. And that is true. A lot of times we take the corn out, and most of us don't throw them on the ground. We put them in the back of our truck and drive home, and they'll blow out the back of the truck. And so most of us know that, and we don't. A lot of folks just don't think about it. But be aware of that. Okay, I thought this was funny. Appreciate this. Nobody asked if dinner was gluten free. You just ate it and prayed it wasn't liver. And nobody liked to eat that liver. David Josie off the Panhandle City fishing page. My son caught a 27-inch Spanish on Saturday. Look at that Spanish right there. That is a huge Spanish mackerel. And this was last week before the wind started blowing out of north. But that was a really good, really nice Spanish mackerel right there. And the yellow flies, I got tickled on this. These are the folks that are coming down to Cape San Blas. Is this what y'all call a yellow fly, a yellow biting fly? Yes. Welcome to the to Cape San Blas and the Florida coast in the fall when the wind starts coming out of the north. So anyway, the yellow flies and the black flies, the same size almost, but they're black flies and yellow flies. They do the same thing. The wind comes down and blows, and it's really they get on the beach. They stop at the beach, and if you see you, they're going to zone in right there on you. So yellow flies are bad right now. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. On Monday's show, we're going to have the video from our red snapper amberjack trip with Captain Billy Archer on the Seminole Wind. We went about 2 weeks ago. We just haven't had time to fit it in, but it's going to be Monday. Well, folks, we caught some nice amberjack and really enjoyed that trip. So I'll be tuning in Monday on that. And then Tuesday, some very special guests coming on. Then Wednesday, a good video on a Panhandle Outdoors on the Road going to a wildlife artist studio. We've got all kinds of things planned for next week. You're going to flat out enjoy it. I got a couple more pictures here. You know, government shut down. So listen, since the government shut down, does that mean game wardens are off? Asking for a friend. That's a good one right there. And my guess, my answer would be no, they're not off. Okay, Emily Locker's been on the show before. She and her boyfriend Connor Shaw. The Shaws have a place out there in Texas, and this is my first deer killed by my bow. And all glory to God. And look at that. That is a nice one, Emily. And you have to come back on the show. Bring Connor with you next time. This was from J.B. Hillard. They caught, he'd been mainly catching mullet, so went brim fishing. He caught about 25 and kept a dozen. So on the fishing report, we're going to talk about that. Okay, and a couple of Alabama boats did about the same. Deer stand is more than a seat. It's a front row ticket to the greatest view on earth. A lot to be said about that. And we didn't need influencers. We had that one uncle who swore he knew everything. And folks, that guy looks just like my late brother, Wayne, right there talking to his nieces and nephews, I swear. Okay. All right, we talked about this, and they did approve it on September 30th, the Florida Cabinet, that piece of property over there in Destin, $84.5 million, and this caused a little bit of controversy. It's only 4, I thought it was the whole point. It's only 4 acres right there. 4 football fields is what it is. 4 football fields, okay? I started reading up on it. It's drawn significant criticism. Folks, they're getting over $20 million an acre, but right here it says inflated. The sellers paid less than $8 million for the property in 2016, and now to get 10 times that amount. And there are all kind of stuff going on. In fact, the guy resigned from the Division of State Lands because they put it above a lot. They have a list of priorities, and they put it above it right there. So it's not even connected to corridor, and so it's just all kind of stuff right there. So anyway, all these things that they were trying to buy ahead of time, but they put them ahead of that. In fact, anyway, I don't want to be negative about it, but anyway, the land value is valued. You could bought for 1,200 acres. You could have bought 48,000 acres. 48,000 acres on the Apalachicola River, and in the spring they went for 8,000. Anyway, I won't get through all of that, but let's jump on this. Kayak fishing. Sunrise caught 11. Sunrise to 11. Caught 3 reds and a dozen trout, and a personal best pinfish. I got to show this pinfish. This Trent Stange. Look at that pinfish. Is that not a big one right there? That's great. But then this is interesting now, but this time of year, this mess has the most worms I have ever seen on the river. It won't know what caused it, and the water temperature was 77, and it's a new spot. There's a lot of worms in them this time of year. Usually late summer on big fish, all different species. Speckled trout, big speckled trout have them. Okay, this is coming up October 23rd. The monarch butterfly. This is going to be down at right here, Friends of St. Joseph State Park, and it's going to be T.A. Stone Memorial. They're going to meet Magnificent Monarchs, October 3rd. Shooting sports fundraiser for the good folks right here, second annual clay shoot, and it's going to be the Ark of the Bay, and they do an amazing job with the grown-ups, special needs folks, and that's a good fundraiser. So you're going to get a chance to go to it. All right, I got some. Let me see. I got some other special videos. Let me look up. I have time to cover all of them. The one of the things I wanted to get in. Okay, I got most of them in. I got a Spanish mackerel in. Okay, so I think it's going to be most of it. I do have a list of all the different things. This is fall. This is October. This is a big month in the outdoors. In fact, I made a quick list here. Let me put it up on 10 things you can do in the outdoors. I'll go pretty quick. I wrote them last night on my legal pad. Number 1, floundering. Okay, floundering is great this time of year. Number 2, go on a dove shoot. I just did that recently. Number 3, scout. Get out and scout and see the little patterns and all, and get your, plant your food plots and get all your deer stuff ready. Number 4 is hiking. Okay, just get out and hike if you get a chance to do opportunity, like Bill Dozier. He took his grandkids hiking. October is always redfish month. Really, October reds are big time. Number 6. The fall run, surf fishing for the fall run of Panhandle. I'm going to do both of those, hopefully some next week. Fly fishing, especially in the river this time of year, the river's low, they're concentrated in areas, so fly fishing will be a good fall activity. Number 8, when the river does go up and starts coming back down, get those trot lines and do some cat fishing on the river system, the Choctawhatchee and the Big River for sure. Number 9, cast netting. I've been watching the mullet in the front yard, and they're sort of getting ready to ball up. And cast netting in the fall, this is the time of the year. The red roe is good. It's just this is the time, like I said, to go cast netting. Number 10, Find, you were talking about the wildflowers. They're so pretty this time of year. Go looking for wildflowers and do some outdoor photography is what I want to get at. At the state parks, these flowers, we're showing a lot of pictures people are sharing with us, and those are some really good things right there. But the fall run, the big thing, the fall run of the pompano and the red fishing and the trout lining, the temperature's going down a little bit in the air and the water temperature. It's a really good time of year. Fall is an excellent time of the year. Let me see, I got to do my drawing. Hold on just a second. Okay, here I am. All right, let's go do our drawing. First one, of course, will be for Gene's Oyster Bar, that fried mullet plate. All right, and the winner is going to be from Fountain, Stephanie Pike. You enjoy that fried mullet plate at Gene's Oyster Bar. And and then the winner of a $20 gift certificate from Honorville, Alabama, Terry DeFee. He's been a loyal viewer for a long time. Terry, congratulations on that $20 gift certificate. And the Big Red Snapper from St. Andrews, John Tiller, Fountain, Honorville, Alabama, and St. Andrews are the winners this morning. All right, we're going to take a break and get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast. All right, welcome back and welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast brought to us by Jessica Ling Insurance and Financial. We appreciate the viewership they give us there. I want to talk about, before I get started on it, I want to wish Jeff a happy 25th anniversary at Fox 28. Jeff's been here 25 years, 20 years he's done Panhandle Outdoors, but he was here 5 years before that, so he does an outstanding job. They love him here, and he just keeps everything going. So congratulations, Jeff, on the job you do. Okay, let's move on to the fishing. I wanted to talk about, again, the first thing I talked about last week and this week is the migration route of the pompano, and also we also had some king mackerel. So the king mackerel, we've been catching some kings. I've seen some good pictures. They're trolling for them. Not catching many right now, but water temperature hasn't got it low enough. But the pier fishing, the big thing, I said this last week also, the doggone sailfish. They're catching sailfish near shore, and they're catching them off the piers and all that. They're doing a continue this week. The whiting bite has been good. The big thing is the June grass. I get tickled. The people in Destin has more June grass still, and they're not used to that. The folks over there in 38 are not used to the June grass, but they've had a lot of it, and they're talking about, they thought Panama City kept all the June grass, but some has blown over there, so it has stuck around longer than usual. I'll jump on like I said, the pompano run, also the October, I mentioned earlier, redfish are going to just be all over the place. But I want to go to freshwater. I want to go to our river system, what we call it the Big River. The old timers always called it the Big River, because it had all these little creeks and Oklaahoma and Teloge and all these creeks. But if you go to Big River, you're going somewhere. And that's where it came from. We've got a lot of history, but all these, we talked about, let's see, we got it back, it's not back with us, it came off the air. You got to keep it on a certain amount of time. If it goes off, we'll lose it. So anyway, there's so many different boat landings along the Big River, going from the very top up there. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. All right, so then you have you're starting out in White City, and then you go over here to the Big River. I marvel at the Apalachicola Basin right here, at all of the, okay, it shows up better this way. Going up through Weewall, going all the way up through here. If you get a chance to go to Google Earth and just take time to look at it, and all these little fish camps over by I-10, and like I say, Aspalaghi and Rocky Creek, and there's so many places, but I just want to just go exploring and then go down to the Oklaahoma River. It's smaller, but the same kind of detail. We're going through Tate's Hell. We're very blessed to have that area. Okay, and getting back over toward locally, let's jump back over here. We'll start at St. Joe Bay. I hope to fish a lot of St. Joe Bay next week, or maybe coming up pretty soon. St. Joe Bay, it should be good. I'm going to start surf fishing probably next week or the end of next week, if the water temperature go down just a little bit more. So if you get any reports, let me know. I'm going to just use fish bites. Like I say, I used to use live bait. And speaking of live bait, people talk about live bait. A lot of the hardcore people, I'm not going to use live bait. I'm going to start leaning. I used to use a little bit of it, and then people made me feel bad. Not really, but it would just be a challenge catching them on artificials. And I do catch most of them artificials. But if I'm taking people fishing with me that don't fish much, I'm going to start going to live bait, and so they can catch a lot more fish. Our bait systems they're in good shape. The water's really clear now. Like I said, I keep a daily watch on the water clarity where I live. Water's really clear. We've had afternoon low tides, and you can walk out there and really good. So good and bad. It's good that you can see far away, but you can spook the fish too. So keep that in mind. The speckled trout bite has been steady. A lot of smaller ones are being caught in our bait systems. Over there on Black Creek and all, the freshwater bite's been good on Black Creek going into Choctawhatchee. The river itself has been good. There's been some nice brim caught over there. The Choctawhatchee Bay, I'm not sure yet, but I'm getting ready to go. Don't forget, the tournaments open up. Panama City Beach Fishing Rodeo is opening up this weekend, and Destin Fishing Rodeo runs the whole month of October. That's 2 quality fishing tournaments right here, and I'm going to try to participate in both of them. I'm looking forward to the Destin one because I actually never fished the Destin Rodeo, but I'm going to fish it this year, and I'm looking forward to it. And also the Panama City Beach got this weekend and next weekend got a little like an 11, 12-day period, and we've had them on the show, so you know what's to be expected. So our best bet this weekend, oh, by the way, I wrote down a mahi and a king right off the shore. The redfish would be the best bet. Fishing off the piers. No telling what you're going to catch fishing off the piers this time of year, but it's going to be some exciting times. So speaking of time, I've run out of it again. We've had a good week. Got a really good week coming up next week. Already have it planned out. So y'all have a good weekend. We're talking about, enjoy the outdoors, take care of it. We really need to take care of it and make sure all these things going on behind the scenes in Tallahassee and in county commission meetings, our voice got to be heard. All right, have a great weekend. Do something for someone else. Enjoy it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.